South Korea. North Korea has announced a detailed plan to launch a salvo of ballistic missiles toward the U.S. Pacific territory of Guam, a major military hub and home to U.S. bombers. If carried out, it would be the North's most provocative missile launch to date. The announcement Thursday warned that the North is finalizing a plan to fire 4 of its Hwasong-12 missiles over Japan and into waters around the tiny island, which hosts 7,000 U.S. military personnel on 2 main bases and has a population of 160,000. Story continued below. Japan and South Korea vowed a strong reaction if the North were to go through with the plan. It said the plan, which involves the missiles hitting waters 30 to 40 kilometers 19 to 25 miles from the island, could be sent to leader Kim Jong-un for approval within a week or so. It would be up to Kim whether the move is actually carried out. It is unclear whether, or exactly why, North Korea would risk firing missiles so close to U.S. territory. Such a launch would almost compel the United States to attempt an intercept and possibly generate further escalation. By signing up, you agree to receive email newsletters or alerts from Politico. You can unsubscribe at any time. North Korea, no stranger to bluffing, frequently uses extremely bellicose rhetoric with warnings of military action to keep its adversaries on their heels. It generally couches its threats with language stating it will not attack the United States unless it has been attacked first or has determined an attack is imminent. But the statement raised worries amid threats from both sides. Following reports that U.S. intelligence suggests the North might be able to pair a nuclear warhead with a missile capable of reaching targets on the United States mainland, Trump warned North Korea that it faces retaliation with fire and fury unlike any the world has seen before. Pyongyang, meanwhile, has been louder in its complaints against a new and tough round of sanctions imposed by the United Nations, with strong U.S. backing, and Washington's use of Guam as a staging ground for its stealth bombers, which could be used to attack North Korea and are a particularly sore point with the ruling regime in Pyongyang. Its reported plan is extremely specific, suggesting it is actually plotting a launch. The report said the Hwasong-12 rockets would fly over Shimane, Hiroshima and Koichi prefectures in Japan and travel 1,065 seconds before hitting the waters 30 to 40 kilometers away from Guam. It said the Korean People's Army Strategic Force will finalize the plan by mid-August, present it to Kim Jong-un and wait for his order. We keep closely watching the speech and behavior of the U.S., it said. Such a move would not merely be a test launch but a demonstration of military capabilities that could easily lead to severe consequences. South Korea's military responded by saying North Korea will face a stern and strong response from Washington and Seoul. Taking it a step further, Japan's defense minister Itsunori Onodera told Parliament a missile attack on the U.S. territory would be a Japanese national emergency because it would threaten Japan's existence as a nation. If North Korea were to actually carry it out, even if it aimed at hitting the waters off Guam and not the island itself, that would clearly pose a potential threat to U.S. territory and put the United States in a much more complicated situation than it has been during previous missile launches. Guam lies about 2,100 miles, 3,400 kilometers from the Korean peninsula, and it's extremely unlikely Kim's government would risk annihilation with a preemptive attack on U.S. citizens. It's also unclear how reliable North Korea's missiles would be against such a distant target, but no one was writing off the danger completely. Washington has been testing its missile defenses in response to the North's stepped-up development, and the current escalation of tensions could lead to pressure for the U.S. military to try to shoot down the North's missiles in mid-flight if they are heading toward Guam. That would likely open up a set of very major problems, including the possibility of both a very high-profile failure or a miscalculation of Washington's intentions and a more deadly preemptive strike by the North, which has missiles able to hit Tokyo and conventional weapons that could devastate South Korea's capital of Seoul. The Hwasong-12, which was revealed for the first time at a military parade in April, is an intermediate-range ballistic missile that is believed to have a radius of more than 3,700 kilometers (2,300 miles). It can be fired from mobile launchers, making it hard to detect and destroy on the ground. By launching a salvo of 4, the North would be attempting to make it harder for the U.S. to intercept all of the incoming missiles. Its stated flight path over Japan is also very aggressive. It has recently tried to avoid flying over neighboring countries by shooting its missiles up at a very high angle to land in the ocean. Washington, meanwhile, has been giving out mixed signals about its intentions. While Trump was threatening annihilation and boasting from the New Jersey Gulf resort, where he's vacationing, that he has made the U.S. nuclear arsenal far stronger and more powerful than ever before, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson sought to calm the sense of crisis. Americans should sleep well at night, Tillerson told reporters. Nothing that I have seen and nothing that I know of would indicate that the situation has dramatically changed in the last 24 hours.